just a class thing or a racial thing has actually become a problem that affects everyone. Most people want a police service that they can trust, call up when they're in trouble, and just know that they'll be there for them. I think people want to feel protected. Alison and Clive Richardson live in Croydon, South London. 4 years ago, bailiffs mistakenly came to their house demanding to enter. Confused, Clive called the police for assistance. They soon arrived, but ignoring Clive's objections, forced their way into the family home.
An officer, he was saying that he had more rights in this home than we did right now. We should just shut our mouths and keep quiet and cooperate with the bailiff. And he said, lie on the floor. I said, you what? Because I've seen these things in movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course.
Lie on the floor. I said, no, I'm not lying on the floor. So next minute I was pushed to the ground and my arms are forced behind me. And I thought, no, this is crazy. Instantly I started crying.
I just couldn't believe it. At one stage I wanted to call the police. And then it came to me that, dawned on me that
this is the police.
This is the police.
Yeah.
I was told that I've been arrested for assaulting a female officer. I thought, oh my gosh, assaulting a female officer. I just sat in the back of the police van in the dark. I thought, this is just a nightmare. I need to just wake up out of this nightmare. Clive said, well, we're gonna fight this, fight it to the end. I said to him, how? This is the law. How can we fight it? I just burst into tears. I thought, how can this be fight? It's going to be impossible.
I just felt very, very helpless. I feel as though I had lost my wife for that period of time, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Alison was charged with assaulting the officer and sentenced to 150 hours of community service. I know, obviously, you go to church regularly and you do a lot of work there. How did you find it was when you went back to church?
You know what? I felt embarrassed, even though I knew I didn't do anything wrong. Because I'm sure some of them probably thought, maybe she did.
Do you think that? Yeah. Do you think people were looking at you a little bit differently?
Yeah.
I couldn't even let her know how painful it was for me. I couldn't touch her. At one stage, I couldn't hold her hand because she said every time I hold her hand, it felt as though she reminded her of the handcuff, and it took some time.
Alison, determined to clear her name, appealed.
It was a 2-day trial. On the first day, most of the police officers were cross-examined. You could see it in their faces that they were embarrassed, they were bashful, they were ashamed by what they were saying. The judge said, I've heard enough. She said, this is just absolute rubbish. She said, Mrs. Richardson, you're free to go. This is just, this is nonsense. I think she was embarrassed by the police officers. She just couldn't believe that actually happened within the home.
After Alison had been cleared of any crime, the Metropolitan Police took a very unusual step.
We decided to come to the church today and in front of the congregation and their friends and colleagues make a formal apology on behalf of the Metropolitan Police Service for any harm and upset and distress this has caused Alison and Clive.
We spoke afterwards and I could see he was a genuine guy. It really, really helped. And I feel that the apology, it was genuine. I'd
like to think that there are young people out there that, are trying to become police officers that are going in for the right reasons, that are trying to break down perceptions, break that stereotype that maybe young people have of police. We're a lot more open-minded. I don't think that we watch race maybe as much as the older generation. We see things different.